Everybody, how's it going today? It's Tuesday. It's our final video for the week. However, before we get started, do me a favor, www.theshavingcadre.com. Come and visit us. As always, we do think we are the finest gentleman shaving forum and other pursuit forum on the interwebs. Also, if you'd be so kind, we're getting close. We're at 989, 11 more, and we're at 1,000 for some type of giveaway. Hint, hint. So please click on that. We'd certainly appreciate it. And take a look at this, and we'll be right back for a straight shave from Scotland. Be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back. So I told you it was a Scottish shave today. We'll show you all that stuff at the end. I have really grown to love this product. It's a little bit hard to find, but if you like Scotch and you like both the islands of Islay and some of the other ones, these soaps, there's two of them that have the complete set, and that is Locranza and Matry, and we'll show you which one we're using at the end. It lathers wonderfully. It will take on a ton of water. And this brush I'm using today does not release lather very easily, so I do end up having to add quite a bit of water. But once I do that, it gets incredibly nice. Hope everybody's having a good Tuesday. Or in my case, this is my Sunday. Had an interesting, it's very early in the morning. I'm posting the video late, but it's extremely early in the morning. And if you'd like to find out why it's so early in the morning on a day that I was hoping to sleep in, check out my community page. I posted it over in my journal on the Cadre, but I'll post it in my community page as well, so you can see the fun that you can have with dogs. Alrighty, we'll get started today. And today we are using, I will say this, we are using a Boker 5/8, and it's got a beautiful ivory tang. This razor is just wonderful. It's been taken over the convex balsa for a refresh and the convex strop as well. Just a wonderful razor to use. I want to give props to a couple of people. That have taken, well, I should say all the people that were kind enough to view and take my straight razor learning series. Just a few shout outs of people that are doing extremely well. And that's Bowtie RN. The Deacon Shaves, and the Luxury Shaving Hobbyist. You guys are doing fantastic. And then, you know, obviously there's other people. once we get to roughly 995 subscribers, I will go into detail what our 1,000 subscriber contest will be all about. Keep kind of vacillating back and forth. I was at 990, then I went to 998, now I'm back to 989. Seems like that last 10 is going to be a bear to get. But if you know anybody that's interested, please let them know. We're trying to get to 1,000. Oh, the ladder's just a little bit thick. And that's the one thing about this this shaving soap, is it just lathers like a monster, and it's thick. And the scent, scale of scent on this is probably 4 out of 5, and it sticks around really nicely. Nice summer scent, believe it or not. Somebody was asking me the other day about whether it's a good idea to do a scything action while you're shaving, and I'll show you that in just a second, because I do it all the time. And what I would say, there are good spots to do it and not so good spots to do it. When I'm doing across the face, usually I don't, but on the neck I'll do, and like here. But make sure that you're pushing and you've got the blade in motion before you start the scythe, because if you don't, you will slice yourself good. And you can tell if you're doing it right by where the dispersion of the lather is. Usually just on the neck, but I would definitely wait until you're very comfortable with the shave before you start doing any lateral movement along with your vertical movement, or you know, any type of movement with the razor. All right, 2 passes in so far. Razor is feeling really, really good. I think this is the first time that I did the refresh on the convex, I think, with this razor. As I said, I love this brush, and I'll show it to you. It's probably one of my favorite brushes as far as the design aspect of it. But the knot, which is done by probably the most well-known knot maker, is dense. It is gel tipped, but it is super dense. And if you don't get the water right, you'll never get the lather out of the brush, because it holds on to it. And I've noticed that with most badgers, is they don't release, especially if they're very, very densely populated, so to speak. It's very hard for you to get the lather out in a good consistent. I find myself, especially with this brush, adding a lot of water throughout the shave. I've never broken a lather with this brush. Because it wants to hold on to it big time. And also on the scything action, you also have to determine your growth, your whisker growth, because that'll determine whether you even need to or not. On my neck, I need to. Because as you guys have seen, not only do I do almost 2 upward passes on my neck, because one's going this way and one's going that way, but I also do cleanup on my neck, because that's where what I call the whorl, and they're almost like miniature whisker colics grow. So my whiskers grow in a very weird pattern on my neck. All right, let's see how much cleanup we're going to need. Lately, I've been having issues right in here with a little bit of stubble, but the neck actually feels really good, but I think we'll give it a pass over. But just in these 3 areas is where I usually have just a little bit of cleanup that I got to do. There we go. There we go. I also want to thank everybody for following my little blog of sorts on the days that I'm not doing videos. At least it gives you an idea that I'm shaving with some different stuff. Not always straights. Usually DEs during the week because I'm in a hurry to get out of here. think that's it. Let's see how we do. Let me dry the razor off real quick. And that's one thing also, if you guys are using a straight razor, make sure when you're done you rinse the razor off, but make sure you wipe the blade really, really well. Some guys put mineral oil on it. We don't need to here because we don't have a lot of humidity, but make sure you get in between the scales and the pivot points and everything else. It'll prevent problems later. Oh yeah, that's a good shave. Let's see what the alum says. I think I was a little heavy-handed because that razor is very light. Yeah, a little bit of alum hit, but not too bad because I think I was because I used recently I used 2 heavy razors, and when you use 2 heavy razors, then go to a really super lightweight razor, a lot of times you have a tendency to be a little heavy-handed. Let me get cleaned up here and we'll show you everything. Now, you guys know what time it is. Whenever I rinsing my brush out, it is time for, say it with me, the anointment of the pets. You would think they'd learn, but no, they just sit there. In fact, the dog looks up at me. Well, the dog and I are having an issue right now after what happened this morning, and you can read that in the community part of the blog or over on my journal at the Cadre. Super nice shave today. For our witch hazel today, we're going to be using Quinn's Cucumber Mint. And yes, unlike some, and I know I've said it before, I put it on a damp face because the Quinn's has a very heavy aloe content, and out here in the heat, the heavy content of aloe can really make your face, at least in my case, oily. So I call it the Southwestern burrito face. I just pat it dry, and it works just as well. I think it emulsifies better on a wet face. Okay, let's go over what we did today. For our soap today, we did Aran Aromatics Locranza. Now this is cool. You've seen it before. This is the coolest bowl. It represents the rocks on the Islay coast of Scotland, and this thing you don't want to drop. It probably weighs 2 pounds easy, but I've had this soap for well over a year now, and it's not going anywhere. So if you can find it, Aran Aromatics. Again, for the razor today, we used the Boker 5/8 with the barber notch and the Ivory Tang, and it's got the Boker logo on it. We already went over the alum and the Quinn's. For our aftershave today, we're using the Aran Aromatics Locranza Aftershave Balm. They don't have a splash, but again, I don't put very much of this on because it emulsifies real well. It's got a nice strong scent to it. But like I said, what I'll usually do is take a drop of water, and that emulsifies it pretty quick, because I don't use balms that much, especially in the summer months, because they can get a little cloying at time. For our talc today, to kind of go along with the Locranza, a little bit of spice, and that is the Yardley Gold. The neat thing about the Yardley Gold, I know it's fragrance, but it has a tendency to kind of match whatever spicy, boozy, smoky fragrance that you may be using, which is really kind of cool. Usually use a little bit more as we're approaching the century mark as far as temperatures. It keeps you feeling fresh all day, and again, no burrito face. Perfect. Nice dolphin smooth baby butt shave. Really, really nice. And then again, you may not be able to see it, but the EDT is Lacranza. Just a really, really nice set. So if you can get the Lacranza and the Mac Tree, do so. The EDT in this is very scotchy, very smoky, very peaty. But believe it or not, a little bit of citrusy. I think that's the patchouli and the anise. This stuff you just want to keep spraying. So anyhow, that's our shave, our 3 shaves for the week, folks. Thank you so much for being a part of our channel here at Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home. Again, come and see us at the Shaving Cadre, www.theshavingcadre.com. I'll continue my community blogs every week. And like I said, when we get to $9.95, I'll let you know what the 1,000 subscriber giveaway is. So tell your friends, let's get to 1,000, and I'm going to be able to do so much more as far as product reviews and stuff like that once we get to that 1,000 mark. Anyways, I'm Barber Dave. This has been Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of the week, and we'll see you again next Sunday. Take care.